back to Prep Recruiting Insider, PRI, here at NOLA Motorsports Park in Avondale. I'm the coach of PRI, Rick Gailey, along with our Prep Recruiting Insider, Renee Nato. And today we are so fortunate to be joined by Coach Emanuel Powell of the Landry-Walker Charging Buccaneers. Coach Powell, welcome to PRI. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, you know, you're one of my favorites, man. I always enjoy having you on with us. And great story. I mean, one of 15, growing up in a family of 15. You're alum of Old Perry Walker, played defensive back. And you went on to Utah, and Jim Fossil was coach with the Giants, was the head coach there, and Brad Childress was an assistant. What was that experience like, and why did you pick Utah? Why was that a good fit for you in college?
Well, I loved the atmosphere when I went out on a recruiting visit. They treated me extremely well. The academics were great. And, you know, I just wanted the opportunity and the chance to see the world, so I was able to go out to Salt Lake City.
And your first head coaching job was back at your alma mater at Old Perry Walker. Maybe by that time you had grown into a linebacker. I don't know, Coach. But talk about coming back to your old school first, and then having it merge with Landry.
Well, it's all about giving back and giving back to the community, and that's what it's about, and that's what my life is about. It's trying to help others lifting as we climb, and that's one of our mottos, and that's some of the things that we try to do at Old Perry Walker as an alumni. So I'm just trying to give back because someone gave back to me.
And Emanuel, this is a recruiting show, and I know you're a caring kind of guy. You know, you're kind of like a second dad to a lot of these guys.
Yes.
How involved you are in the recruiting process? We're going to talk to some of your players, but how involved and how carefully do you watch that?
I'm extremely involved from day one, all the way up to probably the last day or last hour before they sign. So I'm extremely involved in it. You know, just making sure that they, you know, picking a school that who loves them and they're able to academically succeed. Because at the end of the day, we're all talking about just being able to earn a degree, you know, and be fortunate enough to play college or maybe even pro football.
And you have to be there for the young men, because if you're not there, somebody else is going to fill that vacuum. And it's usually somebody from the outside that doesn't always have the young men in mind. I'm just so encouraged by what you said about giving back, and that includes being there for them during the recruiting process.
Yes, and thank you. I appreciate that, because that's what it's about, just giving back and, you know, helping others. And, you know, that's what my life has been about. And, you know, hopefully, you know, as I step aside and move on, somebody else will do the same.
You have an interesting matchup this week against Bird, and it's more, also a little bit more about the game itself, but the travel and the preparation is a lot more involved than just playing that game.
Yes, it is. It's, you know, just talk about the travel. It's a 6-hour ride, you know, and so we like to get out and get up there early and prepare ourselves and, you know, watch some more film and you know, stretch our legs and, you know, get ready to play at the end of the day.
Now, where are you going to stop before you get there? Tell us a little bit about your road.
I am going to stop at Grambling State University. We are actually going to stop there, and we're going to practice there on Thursday. Actually have dinner there, and then move all drive up to Shreveport after that. So we kind of got a real itinerary, kind of like a college itinerary.
Mm-hmm. And your regular season schedule helped prepare you for such a quest that you have in front of you. First year in 5A.
Yes.
First year in District 8,
yes.
Jefferson Parish Public Schools, along with Chalmette. And you had a big win last week against the Owls, which is where I started my coaching career, by the way, way back in the day in 1974.
Okay.
But really, you lost to them in the regular season, but you had a big win last week. Talk about that turnaround.
Well, I think our kids came out really, really focused, and, you know, it's all about preparation at the end of the day. We were very prepared. We were very focused in on Chalmette. You know, they have an excellent team, and you know, we just wanted to make sure that we came out really, really focused and ready to play, and that's what we did, and fortunate enough the ball went our way.
It's all about the trip to, you know, get to the final championship and all, but what makes this team special? I mean, what is the character of this team?
The family, the unity. This is probably one of the most close-knit teams that I've had in over my 8 years. This year, just past this year, that we continue to grow. And their family, and most of my players are juniors, so we're going to bring back a slew of kids for next year.
And they're showing remarkable maturity for such a young group. That's what I was noticing as I was going through your roster and the 4 players you have with you today are all underclassmen. They're mature beyond their years. Is it because they're just naturally mature, or does your program also foster that and it makes them responsible to each other?
Well, I think it's a part of the programming and just their maturing and having a really good family atmosphere and family life, but also our program, you know, with all the coaches that we have are always able to help and give back, and that's why we try to be very, very successful on the field and off the field.
Tommy Levine was your coach at Landry-Walker. I know it brings a smile to your face, and you're going to stop at Grambling, but any connection between Tommy and you stopping at Grambling, and how important was he in your formative years?
He was extremely important for me because he was like my dad off the field and on the field, and he was always giving me advice. He still gives me advice. I'm still in contact with him right now, so it's just a good man to have around, and he's always been positive for me. And I know a lot about Grambling State. I have a lot of friends that's been there, so you know, all that is a really good connection for me.
And as you mentioned, your coaching staff and the job that they do, that is so important in high school to have a terrific staff working with you. Tell us the coaches that are on your staff and their responsibilities.
Okay, my defensive coordinator is Dennis Christopher. He's Opera Walker alumni. Actually, he played in the championship game against John Curtis. My offensive coordinator is John Johnson. He was actually the quarterback that played in the championship game. Eldridge Cam Bryce, he was a couple of years behind him, but he was actually on that team that played in the championship game. He's one of my wide receiver coach. Gerald Donsero, he does an excellent job as my offensive line coach. And then I move over to the defensive line is Herbert Harris. He does an excellent job for me. He's an Landry-Walker alumni. And Coach Smalls, he's from St. Aug, but he does a great job for us. So.
And we talked about the district. How did playing in this district challenge you and get you prepared for where you are right now?
Well, I think the district prepared us because we see a lot of different formations and situations. Just wing T, we see spread. So all those in a different atmosphere, all those things help us prepare on the road for this district, for this playoff game right here.
And with the Bird Yellow Jackets, I know Coach Suggs quite well. A solid football team, very, very good. Did lose one during the course of the year, so you've got a bit of a blueprint there. What do the Charging Buccaneers have to do this week up in Shreveport to beat the Yellow Jackets?
I think we have to stay patient and execute. I think we just have to stay the course and believe in our system, whether it be offensive or defensively, and continue to just coach up and make preparation as we go.
You have a lot of athletes. We're going to talk to some of them that play dual sports. Yes. Why is that important, Emanuel, that they play football, basketball, baseball, and track too, know, other things?
Well, I think one is more important because I always know where they are, and that means that we can always put our hands on them, so that means they're not in trouble, they're right there with us. But also it helps them continue to stay in shape, and it's always about the environment and the type of environment that they're in.
That's Coach Emanuel Powell of the Landry-Walker Charging Buccaneers. Coach Powell, thank you so much for being with us today. And when we come back on the other side of this break, we'll have some of those Charging Buccaneers with us to talk about their recruiting and their effort this week. We'll be right back after this timeout. This is PRI.